why Trump was forced to cancel secret visit to North Korea DMZ before China. Donald Trump's secret attempt to personally face off with North Korea across the heavily fortified demilitarized zone DMZ has been defeated. Helicopters carrying the U.S. president and an entourage of staff, media, and security forces were forced to turn back just minutes from the DMZ because of fog and mist, thwarting a plan that had been in the works since before the president left on his trip through Asia. Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders said of President Donald Trump, "He's actually pretty frustrated." Often clad in photo-friendly bomber jackets, all U.S. presidents since Ronald Reagan have visited the DMZ, except for George H.W. Bush, who toured as vice president. The firebrand Republican tried to travel to the DMZ, the doorstep of the North Korean nuclear standoff, near the end of a 24-hour visit to Seoul. A visit to the DMZ, despite his aide's earlier insistence he had no plans to go there, would have had the potential to further inflame tensions with warmongering Kim Jong-un's. U.S. officials last week said the leader would not visit the world's most dangerous flashpoint because of time constraints. A visit by any U.S. leader to the border, heavily militarized with electric fences, minefields and anti-tank barriers, is often seen as a show of solidarity in the face of threats from North Korea. During his first day visiting South Korea, President Trump sent a direct warning to the despot regime, telling Kim he would be prepared to defend the U.S. and its allies. He said Pyongyang must understand the unparalleled strength that Washington had at its disposal. The Republican firebrand said, "I think we're showing great strength." We sent 3 of the largest aircraft carriers in the world to the Korean peninsula, and a nuclear submarine is also positioned. We will together confront North Korea. We will be prepared to use the full range of our military capabilities, if needs be, to prevent the North Korean dictator from threatening lives so needlessly. The U.S. leader went on to use some of his toughest language yet against North Korea in a wide-ranging address in Seoul that lodged specific accusations of chilling human rights abuses. He called on countries around the world to isolate Pyongyang by denying it any form of support, supply or acceptance. President Trump told North Korea, "Do not underestimate us, and do not try us." As he wrapped up a visit to South Korea with a speech to the National Assembly, before heading to Beijing, where he was making his first official visit. He painted a dystopian picture of the reclusive North, saying people were suffering in gulags and some bribed government officials to work as slaves overseas, rather than live under the government at home. He offered no evidence to support those accusations. On Wednesday, President Trump and his wife Melania were greeted at Beijing's airport by a military band playing a festive tune and school children jumping up and down and waving American and Chinese flags. They descended from a red-carpeted staircase rolled up to the main door of Air Force One before they meet Chinese President Xi Jinping, with talks expected to be focused on the growing threat of North Korea.